Okay, so we're going to be looking at Chapter 0, Section 12, and they just have some general applications of percent in that section for us to look at. And so we're gonna get right to it. And so here we go. So this is example 1. It says on a 120 question test, a student answered 96 correctly. What percent of the problems did the student work correctly? And there's and if you're thinking, well, are the ofs and the is there? And they're almost there, right? I mean, you could probably get going on them right here. What percent of the problems, that would be the total problems, did the student work correctly? And that's the ones they got correct. So you certainly could do the ofs and the ises on this one and get it going, right? And so if I did that, it would be what percent of is times, and then this is the problems, meaning all of the problems, which is 120, did the student get correctly, which is 96. And you could certainly solve that by dividing by 120. So P equals 96 over 120. And this is written as a fraction, and I want to get it as a percent, so you multiply it by 100%. And I'm just going to do the whole thing in my calculator at one time. I'm not going to turn it into a decimal, but you certainly could, and if you did, that'd be great. And so I'm not going to even worry about reducing the fraction. I'm going to get it into a percent all at one time. So times 100, and it's 80%. So the student got 80%. And that was a great way of doing it. So kind of following the ises and the ofs a little bit there. Another thing that people like to use, and it's, I don't know, some crazy circle thing that everybody in the world uses. And up here you put your part, and here you put your whole, and here you put your percent. And this is for general percent problems as a decimal. And since I want to know the percent, it's part divided by whole. And so, and you have to make sure that this 96 is part of that. Otherwise, this circly thingy wouldn't apply. But it is, right? So our percent equals the part, 96, over the whole, 120. And you notice now I'm all of a sudden in the place I was here, which is with my percent written as a fraction. If you divided it, then it would be a decimal. And then if you want to convert it into a percentage, it would be the same thing that we did here. So it would be 80%. So that's definitely a great way of going. And this is the circly thing. And so not trying to read the ises and the ofs and whatnot, but just trying to figure out the parts and the whole. And so, and making sure that you have it is part of that whole. So here it says how much HCl, and I think that we had a discussion on this last semester, and I think I said it was like hydrogen chlorine or something like that, or I wasn't sure, and someone looked it up what it is, and now I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. And so they say how much HCl is in a 60 milliliter bottle that is marked 80% HCl. And so would you agree with me that if I wanted to do the part and the whole, this is just the general percent problem, that what's unknown here? Yeah, we know the percentage, that's 0.8, right? I don't know, do people write it right in here like that with the numbers in there? And then the whole is, that's the whole bottle, right? 60 milliliters. And so what we're trying to find is the part. And how you find the part is you multiply 0.80 times 60. So the part, And this will be the part of the 60 milliliter bottle that is pure HCl, right? So the part will be 0.80 multiplied by 60. So our part will be 48, and that would be milliliters. So 48 milliliters of the bottle is just pure HCl. The other, whatever 60 take away 48 is that 12? The other 12 milliliters is some kind of whatever solution they use to mix, whether it's water that they mixed it with or something else, but that's what the other 12 milliliters are. And then one last problem here to go over. It says if 25% of the students in an elementary algebra course receive a grade of A, and there are 300 students enrolled in the elementary algebra course this year, how many students will receive an A? And so this time we want to know the part of the students, the part of the 300 students that receive an A. And so definitely the part and the whole are going together that we're trying to find. So we can do the circle-y thing if you like. And so the part is unknown. Hey, this is almost the same problem that we just did, isn't it? And 25% and 300. So the part that are going to get an A would be 25% of 300 students. So this part is going to be 75 students. Okay, so we did a lovely job on that, and so there were some percent problems, some application problems had to read through, and so we did a wonderful job, and we'll see you in the next video.